Good morning. I'm now going to call this session of the Board of Revision to order. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Treaty 1 territory, namely the homeland of the Métis Nation. With me this morning is Laurie Davison farthest to my left. Mr. Ivan Jalego is to my left, and my name is Harvey Diamond. The city is represented by the Assessor Arif Des Mohammed, and our assistant today is Berhan Rojo. We will be hearing applications for revision of the assessment rules in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act. The matters for which revision have been requested have been described in each application, and we will limit discussion to those matters. The statements that any applicant may make or the assessor may make must be sworn testimony and either affirmed or sworn under the Bible, and everybody will be sworn in. Be advised that we will not accept comparative assessments of properties, as we do not consider that as evidence by our board. Our board is appointed annually by council and is independent of it and the city administration. We make our decisions based on the evidence that we hear today and that alone, and we issue written orders as soon as possible after the hearing is ended today. Please note that any decision we make can be appealed to the Municipal Assessment Board if the matter pertains to assessed value or classification, or to the Court of Queen's Bench if the matter pertains to an application for exemption from taxation. And should any party wish to appeal our decision, the method of how to do so will be included with our order. With respect to the hearing process, we will hear each matter in order after we address it, and each applicant will be making his statements and providing his evidence. The city will go first, though, and Mr. This Mohammed has provided everybody with copies of the city's comparative assessment reports, which you've got, and indicate properties like yours in your vicinity that have actually sold before April 1st of 2018, or on that date is at the very latest. Anything after that is not really something we can consider because it's post-assessment matter. And it'll indicate how your property has been assessed by showing it as compared to the properties that you see there in the reports. After all evidence is given, you have the right to question Mr. Des Mohammed, as will board members. Then you'll provide your evidence, and we will have a right as well, both the assessor and our board, to question you. After all the evidence goes in, you can give summaries if you wish to do so, and once the application is completed, you can leave, and this process will repeat for every matter on the docket today. After all the matters are delved into and dealt with, we will adjourn the hearing, we will determine our decisions on them, and we mail out to you as soon as possible thereafter. I wish to inform you that this matter is being live streamed and recorded, and it will form part of a public record. So we're to proceed. We can swear in the parties. First call, the first matter will be the owner of 149 Southland Boulevard. Can you come forward? And you can have a seat right over here.
Do you swear in or do you affirm? Please state your full name. And you affirm the evidence you provide presents the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Right.
Thank you. You have the option to swear in on the Bible or to affirm without it. You can do either one, on the Bible or not. Okay, please state your full name. And you affirm the evidence you present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. Do you have any evidence you want to share with the panel this morning?
Yes.
So it's page 4. Number 4. Here. This one here. Okay, Mr. Mohammed, you can proceed when you're ready.
Okay, so The dwelling in question is 149 Southland Boulevard. The roll number is 0800808130. It's located in the neighborhood of Dakota Crossing. It's a bi-level single dwelling, built in '87, full basement, finished basement. And the lot size is approximately 4,000 square feet, and it has external influences of the bus route, medium traffic, and school. We have assessed it at $302,000. We have 5 comparables. 3 of those comparables have similar external influences, and they range in price from $312 to $317. So I think the assessment of $302 is fair and equitable, and we ask that you affirm that, please.
Thank you. If you have any questions of the assessor, you can ask them. I don't want your evidence now, but if you have questions, now's your opportunity to ask them. And if you don't have any questions, you'll still be afforded an opportunity of providing your evidence after.
So far, no questions right now.
Okay, that's fine then. Ms. Stevens, do you have any questions of the assessor?
I have no questions at this time, thanks.
No. Mr. Lego doesn't either. And just looking, I see that all your comparative properties are, well, 2 of them are in Dakota Crossing, and one is in River Park South.
Yeah, it's
Or 2 in
similar
River Park South.
neighborhood, yes.
And are those similar districts?
Yes.
So you say that all 4 comparables are pretty
Yes.
good? Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, you can provide your evidence now.
Okay, can I just ask a question?
Well, if you have a question now, I'll let you ask it. Go ahead.
Are those comparable properties have the same like issues like our property? For example, we are having old renovation. Since long time there was no renovation.
Okay, you give the evidence now. You can ask a question. If you want to talk about renovations, certainly you can do so, but it's not really, the foreman doesn't ask a question on that because the assessor wouldn't know exactly what you're doing in your property. So he wouldn't know what renovations have been carried on necessarily in the comparables. But you certainly can provide that evidence. And we basically, we don't have any evidence that any renovations are taking place in the comparables. So if you can show a distinction of your property, that may be consideration we would consider, but I don't think it's a question you can ask the assessor, because he would know.
Okay, so we asked our realtor about the estimate price our house can be sold, and she said it would be $292,000 because of the old shingles, the problem with the sump pump, and also exterior paint of the house is bad, and old furnace, old kitchen with old appliances. And she said that even similar houses with, if they don't have these problems, they would be sold for a much higher price. But our house doesn't look so good as for the price of $302,000.
And that's your evidence, or do you have anything else you want to emphasize?
Yeah, I also submit photographs and
Okay.
Estimate what we call this, quotations for the painting and for replacing the shingles, and also there is inspection of the sump pump there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I see that. Okay. Do you have any questions of the applicant?
Yes, so you purchased the house in 2016
Yes.
for $291,
$291.
and so that was 2 years before the reference date. So I take it the shingles didn't go like this in 2 years.
No, actually, it was overpriced, and we didn't know that. We didn't know that, and as you see here, the 2013, it was 297, okay, and 2016, 291. And we had the only one offer that was our offer for this house. The house was in the market for several weeks, I believe for weeks is for sure. But for months or two, it was on the market and there was no single offer except our offer. And we were in hurry to buy the house. That's why we accepted that. We were in hurry to buy before all the changes will take place regarding the buying the house. So, yeah, it was, I believe it was overpriced.
So I have the MLS listing on page 3 and page 4, and the pictures show that it's in pretty good condition after the time of purchase. I drove by it on July 31st, and I put the 2 pictures on.
Are you asking questions right now, or are you giving evidence?
Sorry, I was just.
Okay, you make it in the form of a question, because right now you've already given your evidence.
No, I have no further evidence.
Okay. You will be allowed an opportunity of summing up. Okay. Ms. Davis, any questions of the applicant?
I have no questions, thanks.
Mr. Legal?
I have one. I noticed that your roof was in very bad condition. Must have been about like that when you bought it, because that looks like it's pretty far.
It was actually, I think it was a little bit better, but almost the same condition.
Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah, just three years, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Is your roof leaking right now?
Sorry?
Is your roof leaking? You have water coming in when it rains.
We are having only water coming through one pipe.
Now, I'm asking you, when it rains, is water coming through your roof, or is the shingle still keeping your ceiling dry?
It's still okay.
Okay.
However, the
I saw what they look
contractor
like.
said,
Yeah.
it need to replace.
Okay, and insofar as Road is concerned, that was to have everything unplugged, right? Not to replace any pipe or drainage.
We might need, yes, that's what the contractor said, for the whipping tiles, we need to make a major repair. We have to dig down along 3 walls to let them work properly again,
Okay.
and to replace the whipping tiles.
Okay, and I see you can use some decorating, although all the other properties are built at the same time as yours, 1987, and except for comparable number 4, they all show basically the same effective age. In other words, they probably all, other than comparable 4, need decorating. So I don't know if that's really an issue.
I am not sure about how those houses look like and
Yeah.
what other, what problems they
Yeah,
have.
we can
But
just-
what I see here is all of them, except one, they have bigger lot than our house. They
Yeah.
have significantly bigger lot than our house. Yeah, so,
Right. Not really. Comparable number 4 has a smaller lot than your house. Actually, the only one of them has a larger lot than yours.
number
Or
3,
no,
it has
actually,
less-
okay, 2 of them
it has
have.
less lot.
2 of them have and 2 don't.
No, actually, number 1, 2, and 3, number 1 and 2, they're bigger lots, and
Number 3 and 4 are
3 and
smaller,
4
and
are
number
smaller lots.
and number 4 is a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. We'll consider this and you'll get a decision.
Thank you.
That's your copy.
Well, next call, the owner of 35 Morning Glory Crescent.
Would you like to swear in? Okay. Please state your full name.
Namely,
Do you swear the evidence about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes.
Thank you. Do you have any evidence for the time of this meeting? Lauren has one copy of his evidence. Do you want to
Okay.
share it?
We'll share it as the,
Yeah.
Only one for all of us and the assessor as well?
That's correct.
Yeah.
So we'll give it to the assessor first, and then we can get past
Thank
this. And be careful not to mark it up, because we're gonna have to keep that as evidence.
I'll give it to you for the rest.
When you're ready, Mr. Disselhammond, you can proceed, but if you want to look at that first, by all means, go ahead and do so.
Can I proceed?
You can proceed when you're ready, yes.
The subject is 35 Morning Glory. It's roll number 0600230160. It's located in Southland Park. It's a two-story dwelling, built in 1990, approximately 2,300 square feet, full basement, full finish, 11,500 square foot lot. It backs onto a retention pond. Last sold in 2004. I have pictures on page 2 from July 30th that I drove by there. So I have 4 comparables from the general neighborhood, but the comparable number 3 is from the immediate neighborhood. And I believe that is a fair representation of the subject. And it sold for a time adjusted value of $540, and I believe the 2020 assessment at $506 is equitable and fair, and we hope that you affirm that assessment.
Thank you. If you have any questions of the assessor, you can ask those questions right now.
Okay, why would you include Island Lake as part of Royal Mint?
Because it's in the general neighborhood, comparable
It's
to
totally
where-
the years are different, so if you look at my records, I appealed it last time, and the assessor said we shouldn't.
Okay, you know what, though, in all fairness.
Okay.
That's assessed at $252 a square foot. Your house is assessed at $218 a square foot.
Okay,
So the city's really relying very much on comparable number 3,
Yeah.
so I don't think it's really affecting the report very much.
no, I
Yeah, so,
understand that.
so I don't know if it's necessary to really waste a lot of time on it, because if we were to compare your house with that property Royal Mint, you'd be assessed a lot higher.
But it's different
I
number of
understand,
years.
but we're not
The
really
years is
using
different,
it.
though.
You can
Okay,
see,
yeah.
if we were using it, you'd be assessed a
Yeah.
lot higher.
Yeah, again, I just wanna make a comment that,
Yeah,
you know,
well-
last time when I assessed it, the assessor said they should have never
Okay,
included
well,
Island
you
Lake
could
as part of
absolutely,
it, yeah.
you could absolutely do that in your argument, but
Okay.
now ask questions.
Sure, no, that's all I'm wondering is why you use Island Lake.
Okay, and we do see that
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
really out of an outlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only question.
Mr. Ligo, you have any questions of the assessor?
No.
No? Ms. Stevenson?
I just have a quick one. So you view comparable 3 as the closest, because obviously it's in Southland Park, and
Yeah,
it looks
it's
like
in
most
the-
of the features are very similar.
And it's basically on the same street as the subject.
Right, and I noted that. So the ones in Island Lakes, were there no others in Southland?
No, there wasn't,
So that's why you had to go
I
afield?
had to go to a similar
Right.
type thing.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I don't have any questions, thank you. Okay, you can proceed with your evidence.
Yeah, basically, the houses around our area, Southland Park, most houses, if you notice that, brought in evidence that it was just sold at 51, it's under 500,000. It's right four houses down to us.
Which
And-
one are you talking about, I'm sorry?
Yeah, I gave you a sample that was just sold.
Right.
In,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and so it's a similar house as ours. And if you look at also what I can print out from the city, from the tax assess, in that whole area, majority of homes under $500,000.
Okay, when did this house that this sample you gave us, it doesn't say when it sold.
It's on the bottom.
Oh, it's,
No, sorry, yeah, should be on that sheet there.
this one here?
It's April 1st, 2018. And all the information I got from is from the city site.
No, I understand, I'm just looking at this, you gave us a write-up on 51 Morning Glory, I don't see it on the sales data sheet.
Well,
And
there's
So
three
I don't
houses,
have, so we don't have a sales date here, that's all I'm saying.
and there's 3 houses for sale right now in Morning Glory, and none of them have sold. It's been sitting there.
Okay, it has a more. So 51 Morning Glory is. Did that property sell? Or is it, this is just an assessment report?
Yeah.
Okay, so really, this, okay.
The only information I
So
got
what,
is from the
so what
city.
sales are you relying on to establish that you're over
Well,
assessed?
basically from the assessment from the city.
I know, but what sales are you relying on?
Based on what most homes sold around that area in the last 5-6 years, they all are under 500,000. Specifically in Morning Glory.
Okay, well, I'm looking at the sales data report, doesn't have any details of what kind of houses they are, or the size, or when they sold. Well, sale date, yeah, it has a sale year of
Yeah.
2017, 2016, but we don't have square footage or anything else to use as comparable.
All the homes around that area is very comparable as far as size is concerned.
Any questions of the applicant?
I don't have any questions.
Mr. Davis, do you have any questions?
Yeah, go on. So what are you asking, what do you think is a fair assessment?
Well, I think, last year, it's around, close to 500,000, but I wouldn't go anything beyond that because in Morning Glory especially, there's 3 houses for sale right now, none of them are sold. It's been sitting there for a while.
Okay.
And I know that last time it was sold right across the street from us, it was 460, and that's quite a while ago.
Any major repairs have to be done to it or nothing?
No,
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so you're assessed at 506,000, you think that a fair assessment would be 500,000? And you're basing it on,
based on whatever is there, or whatever the city.
okay, it's difficult to really ascertain what is here, but, okay, leave that with us.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, our next property is 29, is it Halperin or Halperin? Oh, nobody's here for that, okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, so next one that looks like 15 Pintail Point.
35 Bluewater?
Sorry?
It's 35 Bluewater Crescent here?
No, that's crossed off.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Swearing on the Bible, alright, please state your full name, and you affirm the evidence about the facts and
Just
truth,
in
nothing
detail.
but the truth. Thank you. Do you have any evidence for the panel?
You can proceed when you're ready, Mr. Des Mohammed.
Okay, so the subject is 15 Pintail, roll number 0609346090. It's in Sage Creek, 2-story dwelling, built in 2016, effective date of 2016. Living area is approximately 2,300 square feet, full basement, not finished. 5,200 square foot lot. Last sold in 2016 for $420,000. and it's assessed at $587 for 2020. I have 5 comparables ranging from 467 to 490. There was a permit taken out for a deck build, that's on page 3. And then on page 4, I have recent pictures from July 30th. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Do you have any questions to the assessor? Now's your opportunity of asking them.
Just point of clarification, you said 587, it's 487?
And it's for you, I noticed that.
Okay, and the range he used, there's a, near comp, there's a 456, just.
Sorry?
It's all right. The, I guess the only question I have is when the house is sold in the reference window, why is that not the only data point that's used?
City assessments are based on everybody's property's values. If they were to sold for on April the 1st of 2018,
Correct.
properties might have fallen after that, but that is just the date that's set by basically the law.
Correct.
And that's the date they have to use in your, compared with everybody else, because everybody's compared on that date for fairness.
Correct. So if the house is sold then,
Before
why
it?
is that the only, why is that not?
Well, it can be sold beforehand, and then you'll see that there's a time adjustment.
Correct.
Right.
So why is that not the only data point that's used? Because it's sold. You have what it's worth based off of market. The market determined what it was worth.
Exactly.
Economics, right? It
Yeah,
was
you're-
determined by what it was bought for. But now, these other properties, what was inside, what's different? They have granite, do they have quartz, do they have?
Well, you don't know that. You can ask the question if you think.
Exactly, so the market is driving the price. So I'm just asking why the market price of what it was bought for.
Okay, I don't know, I can tell you this, that all the properties are fairly new.
Correct.
They're all basically have the same building date as effective age date.
Correct.
So we have to assume that they're all pretty well similar finishing. And that's, the city would have details if there's something superior, and nothing really comes up on it.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll
now if you,
have
now if
some
you,
evidence.
now if you had evidence to the contrary,
Yes.
certainly that's something we'd be interested in.
That's just a question, I'll wait till it's my
And
turn.
you certainly have a right to bring that evidence, sure. But I don't know if it's a question you can ask the assessor who hasn't necessarily seen any of the comparable properties.
Correct.
Okay?
No, I have some evidence, so when it's.
That's fine.
Right.
Any questions, Mr. DeLego, of the assessor?
No.
No, I have no questions at this time, thanks.
And I don't either, thank you. Okay, you can give your evidence now.
All right, so as provided the report, so I think the first thing, just to your comment of you have to assume the finishes are inside are quite the same. I think, especially because this is a new build area, I think that's very difficult to do because some of these houses have all the upgrades in them, steam showers, quartz countertops, all that. Our house doesn't. So what I've provided here is a report. The city had provided me an assessment report before I appealed, which had a few different properties on here. But mainly they're all in diamond dust, which is a newer street. And it's also where Parade of Homes and all the show homes were done. So most of those homes have sold for a higher price. So what I did is I went and looked at houses that were on streets that were built at the same time as mine. So I provided comparables here, 10 John Pellin, 26 John Pellin, 106 Rain Shadow, and then my own property for what it was sold with during the reference window. First of all, and there's pictures included, and the details information is all backed up by copies of what's available on Winnipeg's assessment.com in terms of the square footage. So the first one, John Tapellin, it's the exact same house, it's the exact same builder, it's essentially the exact same square feet by 9 square feet. Not sure how that's different. And you can see it's time adjusted price is $184 per square foot. 26 John Pelland, again, is the same house. The front is a little bit different, but it's the same floor plan inside, and it's assessed at 188 square foot. 106 Rain Shadow is the same builder. I happen to know the house because it was one we were looking at building. It was one of the ones that we were considering, and so I found that to be comparable. It's not shown in the map here, but it's one street over from ours, the same as John Pellin, it's one street over from us, and it's at 195 a square foot. And then our property was purchased for 420 as stated, and within the reference window, its time adjusted is 190. So I've averaged that out, and it's basically the same, 190. I've utilized that to calculate a $436,700 time adjusted. I've included the upgrades that we have done since that time below, and I would come up with a price of $448,000, or about $195 a square foot. So that's an increase from what the time adjusted price would be. And I think that would be fair, and that's what I'd be asking.
So that
So,
basically
yes.
compare you with 106 Rain Shadow then?
Correct. The highest of the ones that I found.
Yeah. Okay, now that's your evidence then?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Sir, Mr. Dismantler, do you have any questions of the
Yeah,
applicant?
Yes, do you have any MLS listings for the comps?
So these are all, and I apologize, I didn't bring a copy. These are all from Winnipeg Assessment Self-Service sales book data. I didn't print a copy of it though, which is my bad.
And do you have a map of where the comps are located?
I don't. I could point it out on your map if you'd like.
Okay, and you're using comp 4, your own house as a comparable?
Correct, because it's sold within the reference window, so I think it's, reasonably, to exclude it, I think is suspect. It was purchased, it was assessed by the market in terms of what it was valued for during that reference window.
And how did you work out the time adjusted prices?
They're all based off of the sales book information. So the only data that's here that is of my own data is starting at the line item average adjusted price. That's new information. Everything above that is all information coming from the city of Winnipeg's information. And I apologize for not printing copies. I have it on my phone. I could bring it up, but,
Well, we can keep that as evidence, so we don't want it.
okay.
Right, that's it.
Mr. Liggett, do you have any questions of the applicant?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, so I guess I'm looking at it, and you indicated that the properties in Diamond Dust are not fair comparables because they were show homes and upgraded
Correct.
extensively. Are you sure that all of the 3 Diamond Dust properties that the assessor's using were show homes?
To be honest, I can't make that statement
Or any of
for, yes. The comp number 3 and the one, it's comp number 1 that's on the pie lot
Okay.
at the end are.
Okay, and you're saying Pintail is older. I noticed that your house was built 1 year before the houses in Diamond Dust, but so that's not really, that material.
Correct, so, but the ones I used were all on John Pelland, which is this street right
I
here.
understand, but we're talking about Diamond Dust right now, and the comparables the city's
Correct.
using.
So I use the same build here.
Yeah. And the city has comparable number 4, which is a 26 Pintail, and that came out at $222.73 and adjusted price per square foot.
Correct,
And that's on your street.
correct.
So, do you have any explanation for that?
So one, it'd be on the cul-de-sac at the end of the street,
Mhm.
bigger lot with the back being done. From knowing the house, it actually just went on sale. I know I can't present that. And the asking price was like $580.
Okay, well, that's-
So again, it goes to the fit and finish, and I realize that's difficult because a lot of these are new builds and the prices are being purchased or by the homeowner. So you don't know, was the deck included, was the sod, you don't know all of that, those kinds of details, right?
Yeah.
So, what I did, it was found houses that were comparable to mine,
Okay,
right?
fair.
And to show that, so.
So I have another question, and that is that you're trying to differentiate the Diamond Dust properties. You're saying that they might have been show homes, and
Correct.
certainly you could have got the reports that were presented through multiple listing, indicating what kind of finishings they had, and you didn't present those, so
Correct,
we really have no way of knowing that they're not fair comparables to your
Sure.
property.
that's fair,
Okay, but I also see that yours seem to be fair as well.
correct,
Okay,
so split the difference.
well, we'll see. Okay. But that might be a good compromise.
Right? So it's 210 versus 190, what I found, 200 square foot, I'd be happy with that.
Okay. Any,
I mean, seriously, like.
no,
right?
I get it.
Yeah, because I know like the show home that I went and visited,
Right,
which is the exact same floor plan as mine, you know, with all those fit and finishes, at the time, you know, that to purchase that house was $569,000. So there's a difference there of $140,000 depending on how you do the interiors, on how you lay out the kitchen, all the upgrades in the bathrooms, all the materials. I didn't print 6 copies, but I did print internal pictures of my house if you'd like that for evidence, just showing that we didn't do that, all of it's all.
you know what, I believe you, I don't have to see you.
Okay,
Okay, well, thank you very much, you made a
Thank
nice
you.
presentation, and you'll hear from us.
thank you.
Okay. Next, 35 Borealis Bay.
Would you like to swear in on the Bible and to affirm the truth? Please state your full name. And you swear the evidence about the present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yep.
Thank you. Do you have any evidence for the panel?
Yes.
You can receive when you're ready, Mr. Mohammed.
So the subject is 35 Borealis Bay, roll number 0609343130. It's built by Geno's. It's built in 2014. It's 2-story. It's a living space of 2,300 square feet, just under 2,400. Has a walkout basement, finished, and it's on a lot of just under 11,700 square feet. It backs onto a retention pond. It was a former show home. It sold in 20.
Looks like 2015, and it looks like it was just a lot at that point.
Yeah, but there's an MLS listing also from November 5th, 2014. It sold for $249,900.
I wish.
And if you look at
2014?
It was
Yes.
$749,900,
sorry, what did I say?
$249.
Oh, sorry, yeah,
I'm like, man,
$749.
that was a great deal.
Okay.
And on page 3, there is an exact, actually the base model of the home, the second one. So the base model goes for $627,905. And I also have a copy of the title, starting on page 10. On page 12, we can see that the mortgage on the house is for $600,000. So from my fee appraisal days, I know that the banks lend up to 80% on that, so that would mean that the house was sold for $750,000. There's probably an appraisal that the bank has for $750,000. So from 2014 to 2020, we do believe that the increase to 827 is a fair and equitable amount, and we ask that you affirm that, please.
Are you going to go through your comparables and?
I have 8 comparables. They're all better known builders, so they're Artista Homes, Gino Homes, Merrick Homes. So like I mentioned, the subject was a former show home. Comp number 2 is a former show home. Comp number 7 is also a former show home. Comp number 2 was built by Gino's, and comp number 7 was built by Merrick Homes. They all back onto retention ponds, like the subject. So the range in, the adjusted range of selling prices is from 704 to 1,034,000. So if we were to look at, on the map, comp number 1, 6, and 3 are all in the immediate subject neighborhood. And they do justify the assessed price of $827.
Thank you. If you have any questions of the assessor, you can ask them now.
So you're also qualified to be a banker now that's how you base your assessments on mortgages?
No, but I was.
Because I don't have a mortgage anywhere near that, but I've registered at a higher number
You
because I
can
have
give that
other
argument,
interests.
you
I
don't-
mean, I don't
Excuse me,
think
just a
that,
second. Okay, the assessor just commented about what's registered against your title, and if you've got explanation saying it's registered at a higher amount, it secures line of credit or anything
well,
else.
I'm just wondering why my value of my house is based on my
It's not even
business
put
deals.
forward, which we may or may not accept.
Okay.
And it's something you can certainly argue to, but I don't think, the assessor can only
Okay.
tell us what's on title.
Okay.
Okay, you can tell us why that's not an accurate reflection, and we'll
Okay.
certainly listen to that.
Well, this is my 3rd time coming here, so nice to see you all again.
Okay, you're asking questions still.
I know, I don't have any questions.
Okay, so then we may have some, so just give us a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Lee, do you have any questions of the assessor?
Yeah, the sale price of $215, so it's property, I imagine.
Yes, the
Okay.
lot, yeah.
That's all right.
Ms. Davidson, do you have any questions of the assessor?
I just have a quick question. I'm looking at the neighborhoods and you've got Sage Creek and then you've got, 2 from Royalwood, so I guess Royalwood is a bit, well, no, older.
It's older, but we were looking for executive style homes.
Yeah.
This is,
Okay. And then the other question, just on the comps that you've used, you said this was a Gino?
Gino's built.
So does that. So like in terms of the, you go to these parade of homes, Gino's is more
Yeah,
step up.
yeah, so.
Were
we-
there no other Ginos of this model in the neighborhood?
Of the model, no, but there was Gino's built ones. So
Okay.
like comp number 2, comp number
Is-
4, and comp number 5 are all Gino.
So we have 3 Ginos and the other ones are who
So
again?
comp number 1 is Artista, comp number 3 is Merrick Homes, comp number 6 is Artista, comp 7 is Merrick, and comp 8 is Artista.
Okay, thanks.
You finished, Ms. Davidson?
Yes, thank you. Thanks very much.
So I have a question. I see the property sold in 2000, and you indicate 14 for $749,900. And have you ever tried to see what would happen if you time adjusted that price? To April 1st, 2018?
Not recently, but we did it last time around.
I see.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you
I
got
don't have
then?
it on. I
You don't,
have it.
okay. And if you were to look at your comps, is there one in particular you think is the best one to compare the subject property to?
Well, I think comp 4, 1, or sorry, comp 2, 4, and 2 and 4 would be comparable.
Okay, and both of them, if you look at it on a foot basis, come in under the subject property? So based on that, would you think that the subject property might be a little bit overassessed?
Well, the comp 1 is time adjusted at 827, which is,
Yeah, but it's at $332.84 per square foot. And complement number 4 comes in at 339, so even 340 a square foot, and
I-
the Sedgwick properties are 350.
Yeah, we.
So on that basis, if you, those are your best comparables, would you say that maybe it is a little bit,
Maybe, yeah.
maybe overassessed?
Yeah, a little bit, maybe.
Okay, thank you. I might have just made your case for you, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that I don't like you guys, I just don't wanna see you every 2 years.
Well, you know what, we like you, so you'll be back.
No, I've been in real estate for 23 years. I own a brokerage out of Stuyback, and I don't actively sell anymore, but I'm quite aware of what the market is. And I bought in this neighborhood because, hey, there's beautiful houses. There's some $1 million homes very close to mine. Unfortunately, I didn't buy one of those, but I'm kinda feel like I'm getting assessed like one of those. There's, right, I mean, my neighbor right next door sold in August of 18, so we can't use that. He was on the market 1.5 years, sold for $30,000 less than he paid for it. Like, I don't know where they think the market, like, my house has not gone up 100.
And that might be fair game.
10,000.
Prices might be coming down, but we have to look at it. What it
Well,
was
this
in
was a
April.
few months.
Yeah, but
I
we have to
mean,
look, we have to look at what the
Yeah.
price would have been on April 1st, 2018, and certainly prices have detracted since then. You'll have an opportunity when you come back next time.
I think we went through that already.
Yeah.
I don't wanna come back.
Mhm.
But yeah, I've sent you a big package, I'm not gonna make a long spiel.
Okay.
I feel I'm qualified to assess my own house as well.
So what do you feel that your value should be?
You know what, if I got my money back, I'd be skipping up and down the road. But you gotta remember, when I bought that house for $749, it was a show home. I bought all of the furniture, which had to be like $20,000 value. Like, I bought it as it was sitting there. So there was a $10,000 appliance package, all the furniture, so, and then there's $30,000 of GST. So I'm paying tax on tax, plus tax for my furniture and tax for my
So
appliances.
are you saying that your purchase price included GST?
Yes,
Because usually, if your lawyer was doing the proper job, he would have registered less GST.
Yeah.
Registration through?
that was GST included, and,
So you paid land transfer tax and the GST?
yeah, there's no, that was GST included.
No, I understand that, but you get the
Oh, I
GST.
paid land
but you-
transfer tax?
But you get the rebate.
On the GST and on my furniture and on my appliances, and now I've been paying taxes on it for how many years, like. So yeah, maybe I'm not the brightest, but I do know the value of my property, and I know if I put, assessing this thing at 827 makes it unsaleable. Everyone else in the, because my taxes are gonna be.
Okay, so what do you think it should be
$2,000
assessed at
higher.
right now? Fairly, what do you think it would have sold for on April 1st, 2018, had it sold on that date? Based on what you know of the.
At the most,
Yeah.
if I had a great day, 750. And that's if I got lucky.
Okay. Any questions of the applicant?
In your opinion, as a real estate agent, broker, do you find that houses that are priced at the higher end take longer to sell?
Oh, they always take a little longer unless they're priced really well. But the houses in Sage Creek that used to be $389, they've taken a nice jump because they can. But anything in the over 500 will have dropped significantly. Like I said, I know you can't use my neighbor, but his was 30, and they were a 70-year-old couple that took meticulous care of that thing, and they lost 30,000. So
Would you say the market in 2018 was a lot better than it is now?
no, it's actually not bad right now. But we're in Manitoba. It's a minimal increase, if any, right? This isn't BC or Toronto. So but I understand your job's a lot harder. I mean, I walk over to my neighbor's, he's only 300 square foot bigger, but he's got 3 fireplaces, heated kitchen floors. I mean, how do you know that, right? It's a tough thing. I didn't buy that, but I wanted to be near that neighborhood because it's a nice neighborhood to live in. But all the houses are definitely not the same, and, I mean, you can dress these things up like crazy, and the prices will reflect that. Unfortunately, you can't go into every house and look.
Yeah, I have no further
That's fine. Mr. Lee, any questions of the applicant?
Yes, so, get right, you're asking for 750 assessment?
Well, I'd like 700, but no.
The other question.
I think
was-
750 would be fair, but I don't know if I get it.
The other question I had was, when you bought it, did you buy the furniture separately, or was it
All in the deal.
all in on the
Everything in.
price?
Yeah.
And you
Everything.
bought it for,
Well, he was asking way more. Well, he was asking 750. I negotiated, obviously, my commission out of it, because I didn't pay myself commission, so I would say that the furniture I probably paid around 20,000.
okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I just have a
Go ahead.
quick question. So your ask is 750, so that would make it 317.66 square foot value,
Yeah.
which brings it down lower.
Yeah, I
than
mean,
the
I have
house.
mid-grade, I had to put dimmer switches in this house. You know,
Okay,
like
yeah.
it didn't have a lot of options. So, and I mean, me, I'm the realtor for 23 years, I didn't notice it until I had friends over and we needed sunglasses to have dinner. But, you know, this wasn't, if you would compare Artista and Merrick to Geno's, Geno's would never sell a home because Merrick and Artista are definitely different quality of buildings.
So you're saying Geno's is here and
Geno's
Merrick
is a
and
good builder,
Artista
but
are
they're
bad.
Artista and
I don't
Merrick
mean it's
are,
bad, I'm just saying in the,
Right.
on the
yeah,
ranking, that's
no
how you see
comparison
it.
to the builds, yeah.
Okay.
Artista's, they always put in the wow,
Bells and whistles.
yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, and I think that when you were giving your evidence, I actually questioned you enough that I don't have any more questions.
Okay,
Thank you for your
Thanks.
presentation.
yeah.
Thank you.
It's easier for me to get down.
We all have the same name anyways, board members.
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay, our next property is the 68 River Valley Drive.
Would you like to swear in or affirm?
Whatever. Swear in, I guess.
Please state your full name.
Everybody's involved.
And you swear the evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
And you swear the evidence you're about to present is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. You can take your seat. At 5.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Des Mohammed, you can proceed. If you want to take some time to,
Yeah.
brief, you can do so, you can do so now.
Actually, I was trying to get a hold of the applicant. They're looking for a value of 540, and we'd be willing to go for that.
Well, let's go through this and maybe it's lower.
Okay, it might be higher too, though.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay, so you're not gonna accept 540, you indicated before that you wanted that amount, and,
Well, we probably would accept it, but after hearing some of this stuff, I think we could do better.
okay, it's your prerogative to proceed. Mr. Mohammed, I just have to ask you one question
Sure.
before. So are you gonna make a recommendation of the amount you indicated, or are you
I
proceeding
could,
on the basis of
but,
your?
yeah, well, my comparables do warrant a higher value, but I could.
Well, okay, so you're not gonna make a recommendation then? You don't have to do so, it's up to you. If you
No,
think-
we'll just proceed.
Okay.
So the subject is 68 River Valley Road.
You can still accept the recommendation if you, make it if you,
We can go a little
okay.
lower.
Can we not present our evidence though?
Yeah, absolutely you can, I'm just telling you, you have an opportunity though that you might not have after. I don't know what the evidence is, I haven't looked at yours or his yet,
Okay,
so I'm not basing it on anything other than just to let you know
Okay.
where you're sitting right now.
Okay.
We'll trust the experts.
Go ahead.
Okay, so it's 68 River Valley Drive, roll number 060931422700. It's in Royalwood. It's a one-story dwelling built in 2008. just under 1,800 square feet, full basement finished. Lot size is just under 6,000 square feet. It sold last in 2013 for $562,500. And we're assessing for 2020 $574. Comparables range from $515 to $626. I have 9 comparables. They're all similar to the subject, similar amenities. They're located in the same neighborhood. So yeah, based on the 2013 sale of 562, we believe the 574 assessment is fair and equitable.
Thank you. Any questions of the assessor?
I don't think we need, yeah, maybe just a comment more than a question.
Well, you can comment after. You can
Okay,
ask questions
that's
right
fine.
now.
Okay, no questions then.
Okay. Any questions of the assessor, Ms. Stevenson?
Yeah, I have a question on your comparables.
Sure.
So you've presented 9 comparables, and they're all in the same Royalwood neighborhood.
Mhm.
Most of them are clustered around the subject, but I'm just noting that the assessment per square foot is $322.65. 6 are lower and 3 are higher, and I'm sort of trying to look at the size of the lot and the or not the amenities, but you know, the finishes, et cetera. So just could you maybe explain a little bit which one you think is the best out of 9 and why 6 are lower and 3 are
Well,
higher?
I believe the comp 1, comp. Yeah, so 1, 2, 5, and 9 are right in the subject area. So I believe the 1 and 2 are the most recent sales. So yeah, so I would think comp 1 and 2 are the most recent and most representative of the subject.
Okay, thank you very much.
I didn't ask you, did you have any questions of the assessor, Mr. Lego?
No, nothing.
Okay, so you think that comparable 1 and 2 are the fair, now I'm
It's
looking
the
at the
most
discrepancy,
recent,
and comparable number 2 comes at a $324.17 a square foot, which is a little bit higher than such a property, but comparable number 1 comes in significantly lower. Is there an explanation for that?
No, I think if you were to average them all out, I think it would be similar. I'm not sure about comp 4 and 5, why they were sold so, but they could have been motivated sales, I'm not sure on those 2.
Okay. Your turn, go ahead.
Okay, well, I guess I just wanted to make a comment about your comparables. Just an observation, of course, that in most cases, the lot sizes are, except for 1, are larger, some of them are quite a bit larger. And other than a couple houses, the homes themselves are larger. Okay, so just that aside, that's just a comment. But when we first appealed our assessment in February 2019, we met with this Candace Wright, and she had 4 of the properties that you detailed here are on your comparable. 45 East Oak, 61 River Valley Drive, 31 Bridgetown Drive, and 31 Eatonwood Place. And then I've written in my response here what the market value was as of April 1st, 2018, and that's what she indicated it should be. And we've been looking for 3-4 years at bungalows, specifically in Royalwood. We are very familiar with a lot of these homes and a lot of their finishings. We've seen these homes, we've gone through them, we've put in offers on one of them. So that said, your comparable homes Again, like I said, they're larger, on larger lots, and without a doubt, they have superior finishes, they have architectural features, tons of custom built-ins. Our house is really, when it was built by an elderly couple. There's like no architectural features, there's no custom buildings, it's really a very modest home, and I think that's what that we were told by the real estate agent they wanted just a very simple bungalow, and they didn't want any high-end finishing. I'm gonna go through, I'd like to go through some of I have pictures in my response here of what these homes look like, just for reference. And then the other thing we had done, we had an independent appraisal done as of June 24th, 2018 by Appraisal Network, and they determined the value to be $540,000, and I have the appraisal as evidence. And I'm not gonna go through it page by page, but it clearly points out the facts that I'm talking about, and there's also pictures of all our rooms when it was purchased, and again, the only changes we've made, so the pictures are current except that we put different tile on the fireplace, we painted the house when we moved in, the interior, and we had to change the carpet in the 2 bedrooms because they were destroyed, and we put in 3 different light fixtures. So other than that, the pictures are current, but I do have more current pictures if you need to see them. So the other thing I also did my own house comparables on a spreadsheet, comparing 68 River Valley Drive, our property, to look for very comparable properties that we thought were comparable. I've also included qualitative and quantitative explanations to make sure that we're comparing apples to apples, not apples to oranges type of thing. So I can go through this analysis if you want, but basically at the end of the day, we determined that the value is closer to $511,000 for the reference period, and the adjusted market value as of April 2018, we think would be more in line with $525,000 to the $530,000 range. So anyhow, I just wanted to point out on first page I gave you. So the second page is the comparables we got with Candace. That's the ones we were talking about. And you can see that some of the houses are larger and bigger lots. So if you go to page 3, 31 Bridgetown Drive was one of the comparables. And I've included pictures that we got on the real estate page or whatever. 31 Bridgetown was used in your comparables. This house sold for $550,000 in 2016. This house has a larger lot. It has a better curb appeal. I've got a picture of it. It's like floor-to-ceiling brickwork. It's got the extensive brickwork. It's got all the fancy window designs. It has superior finishes, vaulted ceilings, architectural features, built-in beverage center, desk area, microwave, even a built-in microwave. We don't even have that, by the way. And it's got a built-in bar, a media center, and again, I've got just included some pictures so you get an idea of what the quality of this home, with the windows and the curved architectural entrance and built-in bar and 45 East Stoke. This house sold for $580. It's the next page. And we're familiar with this house because we actually put an offer in on this house for $570,000. And I've included some pictures here. This one has 3 fireplaces, not 2 as your assessment indicated. It's got top to end finishing. It's a 4-season sunroom. It's got floor to ceiling, tile or brickwork in the fireplace. It's got tons of built-ins, and you can just see from the pictures, it's just like, it's finished much nicer than our property. 6 River Valley Drive, we're familiar with that because our friend owns that one. Again, that one is top to bottom, high-end finishing, high ceilings, architectural features, windows, a better curb appeal. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on, but that's what that house looks like. And the last page is our property. And again, our place is pretty modest. It's got a smaller kitchen. There's no built-ins. I mean, like I said, our microwave sitting on the countertop. They didn't want anything fancy. Simple windows, no built-ins in the family room. The basement has no fireplace, no built-ins at all. And these are current pictures from last week. So that's just sort of to give you an idea of what we're comparing, like high-end house versus a basic house. So, and then, for our house comparables, we also have 61 East Oak. This house is 1 year newer. It's got a similar look and style as ours. It has a larger lot, and the house is only 84 square feet smaller. So what I did, I used the same metrics that the appraiser used to determine the difference in property size and house size. So basically, we have a sunroom. They didn't. I added $5,000 to the value. Their sale on December 16th was $501,500. And I added more because the house is a little bit smaller, and I took off a little bit because the lot size is bigger. So the comparable value is $510,626. 84 River Valley Drive is 3 doors away from us. And I also have pictures of these homes, and you can see what they look like. Again, it's got very comparable in terms of all the amenities. This one sold for $485,000. It's a little bit smaller. It's 157 square feet smaller, so I added $10,000. The property's the same size, and I added $5,000 for a sunroom, so that came to $500,000. 62 Bridgeway. It's a bigger home, so I took off 4810. They have a sunroom, so I added nothing for that, and that brought the value to $503,000. 31 Bridgetown, and again, that's the one that's the high-end kind of comparison. It is $550,000, but it's got top to bottom high-end finishes. It's slightly smaller, so I added $1,600. I took off $2,000 for the property because it's a bigger lot, and basically, I'm assuming it's got at least $25,000 in it, probably more than that, but I was just being very, whatever. I took off $25,000 for all the high-end finishing, and that brought the value more into a line of $529,000. So an average of those properties comes to $510,908. So that's kind of how we wound up doing it. And again, if you look at the pictures, the homes are very similar to ours. Like the 61 East Oak actually looks better. It's got better doors. 84 River Valley Drive looks almost identical to our house. 62 Bridgeway, you can see, has got more extensive brickwork, but the finishings are very similar to ours from what I could see on the real estate page. And then there's that 31 Bridgetown with all the high-end brickwork on the front. So, and if you go to the last page, I've got a picture of where they're all located, and all the subject properties are very close to us, actually. They're all within the immediate area, and 2 of them are like right basically next door to us or right behind us, so.
So basically, we bought the dog on the street.
Okay, thanks for your presentation, it's very good, and now we'll ask you questions.
Okay, sure.
Mr. Sesser, you have any questions of the applicant?
So the appraisal that was done for your bank, I take it?
Yeah.
And the bank borrowed you the mortgage based on the appraisal, I take it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no further questions.
Mr. Lego, any questions of the applicant?
No.
Ms. David, do you have any questions of the applicant?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
So I have 2 questions.
Okay.
Okay, so my first one is, I guess, I know that you bought it in 2013 for $562.
Pardon me?
You bought this house in 2013?
We bought it last year,
Oh, you bought it last year? How
Yeah.
much- Oh, I see. How much you paid for it?
$520.
$520. So it came down from the sale price in 2013?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That house wasn't selling because it just wasn't comparable.
Okay, and to get a mortgage on it, your
We had to get.
credit union did an appraisal?
That's right.
And that was them doing it, not you. And so the appraisal for $540,000 was done by the credit union's
Yes.
appraiser.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't know if you're aware of this, but usually when appraisers do appraisals for the purpose of mortgage financing, they're usually conservative because they don't want a house to be foreclosed on later and find that it doesn't sell for what they least appraised it for.
That's right.
So there's a tendency usually to have a conservative appraisal, whereas if it was done by you,
Would have been higher.
it probably would have been higher.
Yes, we knew that.
Okay. But your presentation is interesting, and we will look at it,
Okay.
and we will make a determination, and you'll receive it. And
Okay.
thank you, you came well prepared, we
Okay.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
take a few minutes break now because there's one applicant here who probably have to go out to feed his meter and probably back. So if we, let's take a few minutes now, give him an
Yeah.
opportunity, and we can also have washing break then begin this one.
It's my first time being at the board.
You're doing fine. Okay, we're going to call the session of the Board of Revision back to order, and we'll now proceed with 19 Surfside Crescent.
Would you like to swear? Please state your full name.
Rob Truffner.
And you swear to represent the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you. Do you have any evidence?
Thank you.
Ms. Mohammed, whenever you're ready, you can proceed.
So the subject is 19 Surfside Crescent, roll number 06004008600. It's in Island Lakes. It's a one-story dwelling, built in 1988, effective age of 1988. It's got a larger square footage for a single story. It's at 1628 square feet. Full basement finished. The lot size is quite big at 8,700 square feet. The comparables, there's 7 comparables. They range in price from $359,800 to $422,000. I believe the best comparable is comp number 3. And we're assessing the subject at $413,000, and we believe that's fair and equitable, and we'd like for affirmation on that.
Thank you. Any questions?
Yes.
Go ahead.
The assessor is,
No, you're asking questions of the assessor, so.
yes.
Okay. ask
The
it.
the assessor has given 7 comparables, and I would just like to state.
No, you're asking questions right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Why are your comparables on some of the homes 1,000 square feet more, or 8 to 10 years older than my house that is listed? So comparable 1 and 2, 3,
Yeah.
6.
You're,
I wouldn't call them comparable if they're 1,000 square feet more. I'm just wondering if you can answer to that.
sorry,
Or
1,000 square feet gross living area, or are you talking about lot
if
sizes?
you said your comparable number 3 is your best comparable, and it's 1,000 square feet more.
No, it's 100, not even, about 100 square feet more.
Living area,
Yeah, 1,725 square feet, and you've got 1,628.
I'm sorry, it's my mistake there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to find comparables with a large living area like yours. You can see that all of them are lower except for comp number 3. And couldn't find lot size as big as yours either with the recent sale. So that's why I used those comparables.
Okay.
That was what was available.
Any other questions?
No more questions.
Okay, that's fine. Do you have any questions of the assessor, Ms. Davidson?
No, I have no questions at this time, thank you.
Okay, and you indicated you thought that comparable number 5 was the best comparable?
Yeah.
Or number 3, I'm sorry, number 3.
3, yes.
And number 3 is 100 square feet larger,
Yeah,
and I noticed
but
that,
the lot size is quite a bit smaller too. So.
yeah, well, so it's just smaller, but, you know, I do notice also that it came out at $244 a square foot, whereas the
Right.
subject property is at $253.
So yeah.
So you think you might be slightly overassessed
Yeah,
on
we
that
would be
basis?
happy with 398.
Okay, so, again, I just told somebody previously, I might have made
Yeah.
your case for you, but go ahead. If you're, you can go ahead now with your argument.
Right.
Okay.
So, I guess my argument to the pieces here is when I saw the assessor in February, their assessments were based on 216 or 217,000 values, and we're assessing for up to 2018. And there's a time-adjusted markup. And I'm seeing in the initial February one, it was between 3 and 4%. And in this increase as well, they're around 4%. And I'd like to argue that the values in Island Lakes have dropped, and even at that time period.
Okay, but we're talking about April the 1st, 2018,
Yes.
not now.
Yes, but he's got time-adjusted values increasing at 4%.
Okay,
From 2016 to 2017. And I would like to argue that the values have not increased by that much. And due to the building of Sage Creek, a lot of homeowners in Island Lakes have been moving to Sage Creek, and there's a new community that's adjacent to Island Lakes called Bona Vista, and many homeowners are moving to those areas. Having said that, there are a lot of homes before 2018 and at that time that are on the market for sale, and I would argue that the sales are negative or flat at this time. And part of my handout there, my examples. The first one on Charbonneau was listed at 364 initially, went to 299, and then was repriced at 299 and sold for 325. That's a 1,634 square foot bungalow as well. The only difference is a partially finished basement. So that home sold for less than the value. My second example of 10 Corbeil Place in Island Lakes, little bit smaller square footage, but a similar property, sold in 2018. So I'm not using the time adjusted value, I'm using actual values.
do you know when in 2018 this property sold?
Yeah, it says on the other side, it's 12/19.
Okay, so that's a post-reference sale then.
December 19th,
Yes.
2018?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're dealing
April
up
1st.
to April 1st,
April
2018.
1st. Okay. I guess my point is that properties, both my examples, are at negative values. They're not flat and negative values, they haven't increased.
Okay.
So, that would be my points.
Okay. Any questions? Do you have any questions of the applicant?
No, I have no
And
questions.
Mr. Stewart, would you?
I do. What do you think a fair assessment is?
If I was looking at sale price, it would be around $400,000.
Okay.
My current value is $392. I mean,
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what the assessor acknowledged to me.
yeah,
He thought that the comparable, 3 was the best comparable, and using that, it would come up to 399,000.
okay. So
Okay,
I think we're
so
almost
probably-
at the same page
Yeah, well, I
there.
think we are,
Yeah,
okay?
I'd be happy with that assessment.
Well, I think that's where it's leading,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Morning. Thank you. Thanks for waiting so long.
Yeah, I appreciate you seeing me. When you look at the list in the front, you go, I'm last.
Well, you get to rehearse a long time.
That's right, you get to see the process.
Hopefully you won't have to come back, maybe
Yes.
next week.
All right, thank you for your time
Okay,
today.
thank you, bye.
Have a good day.
Okay, now we have some no-shows and some recommendations. We're gonna have to go through all,
I have reached out to a lot of these people.
Yes.
And I have emails as evidence saying that they're agreeing to values.
and that's fine, we'll go through them individually. And, we still have to agree that the values that you've come to are comparable, are reasonable. Usually we don't disturb them because usually they are, but we still have to go through it. And the process, and it could happen where we don't agree. I'm not prejudging, but it could happen.
No, yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to the top of the list then. And the first one would be 91 Prudhomme.
Yeah, there is no email for this. So 91 Prudhomme Bay, roll number 08021100200. In River Park South, it's a 2-story dwelling, built in 2008, just under 1,900 square feet. It has a finished basement now. Lot size of 430, around 4,400 square feet. It was sold in 2016 for $390. I have, the listing is on page 6. There was a permit taken out on page 3 for basement development. So when they purchased, there was no basement, and since then they've developed a basement. And the comparables range from 426 to 452. So I believe 435 with the finished basement is a fair and equitable value, fair market value.
Thank you. Any questions of the assessor, Mr. Lugo?
No.
Mr. Davidson, do you have any questions?
Just a really quick one, in terms of the basement, when you valued that, looking through after, did you just value it as basic? Cause looking at the pictures, it looks like they frankly just put drywall up and a roof or a ceiling.
No, page 4 and 5, so they put a bedroom in, 3 bedrooms actually, and they're in the process of completing the bathroom, that's figure 6, and the other 2, 8 and 7 are just storage utility.
And those bedrooms meet code, so they're actually bedrooms, like they've got the proper egress and everything? I can't tell.
That's why I
Otherwise they're
named
not
it
really
bedroom office,
bedrooms.
yeah, that's why I named it bedroom. But, yeah, number 2 might not be up to code.
So then it wouldn't be a whatever number of bedroom houses is really.
I think
legally.
when they say bedroom, it's just above grade,
Thank you.
Okay, I have no questions, thank you very much. We can proceed then to 29, is it Halperin Drive?
Yes. So I reached out to the owner on this one, so, it's 29 Halperin Drive, roll number 080065065000. It's, located in St. Vital, south of the perimeter, 2-story, the owner is a builder also, and so he put all the bells and whistles in the house. It was built in 1984, it's 3,200 square feet. And the lot size is 88,000 square feet. It has no sewer or water service from the city. He's had it on sale for a while, and he's just not being able to sell it. He believes that if he was to build a house today, it would cost more than what he'd get in the market for it. So I recommended a value of $690, and on page 2, we had an email conversation and he's agreed to that. So that's what I would be recommending for assessed value, $690.
And your comparables bear out your recommendation?
Yeah, they're all over the place, but you can see that none of them have the city services.
No, I see, that's why it's difficult.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so.
But they're all comparables, they're all in sewer and well, I mean, all in septic tank and well.
Right, yes. But the lot sizes are, some of them are huge, some are not.
Yeah,
Comparable 2 might be, but.
yeah, that's just subdividable,
Yeah.
you know, the lot size doesn't really matter that much. Do you know if any of them are subdividable? I guess you wouldn't really know.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. I suppose if they put service in, eventually they all will be.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Any questions on this one? I don't either, thank you. And we next have 221 Christie Road.
Okay, again, so 221 Christie Road, roll number 0800680820. Again, it's St. Vital, south of the perimeter, 1-story, built in 2008, 2,900 square feet, full basement finished. A large lot, 82,600 square feet. Again, no city services, but it's adjacent to the Red River, backs onto it. Again, this one's been on the listing for quite a while, and he's having a hard time selling it. We conversed back and forth on email, and we both agreed to $950,000 assessed value.
Okay. And do you have any questions on this one of the assessor?
No.
Okay. Again, very difficult properties to assess, I
Yeah.
can see, because they're,
So if
there's
you
no
look at the
comparables, really.
comparables are all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely, and I see the difficulty. So if people can agree, it's always very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And it looks like next we think about Bluewater Crescent.
I guess, okay, so 35 Bluewater Crescent, roll number 060069099900. It's a 4-level split, built in 1985, 1,800 square feet living area. It says full basement, but split levels are usually half a basement. Most of the comparables are, except for one, are all split levels. The basement is finished. 8,000 square foot lot, and it's adjacent to a pond. So, again, I reached out to the homeowner and we conversed, emails are on page 3. And we have negotiated assessed value of $390,000.
Okay, thank you. Any questions on this one?
I just have a question, just sort of actually an educational thing for me. So you lowered it, or you're recommending that. So this one is in Niagara, and most of the others, there's only one other you use from Niagara. Isn't Niagara slightly older and, or not older, but is it not like,
I think they were built
isn't
around-
Southdale though and River Park South, are they not considered a little step up neighborhood?
I remember when I was doing
It's
appraisals,
just
I
a
was using when we couldn't find comparables, we'd go
Right.
into that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Would you consider them actually?
The homes are around the same. I think the other one might be like 10 years newer,
Okay,
but
okay. Thanks.
Mr. Felipe, any questions?
No.
Okay, so I noticed actually there was a sale in 2017 for $385, so you're pretty close to
yeah.
a little bit higher.
Yeah,
For
just
some
for
of them.
time adjustment.
Yeah, a little time adjustment, so, okay, so it seems like, based on the sale of the property itself,
Right.
it seems they came to a pretty reasonable
Yes.
determination on it. Thank you. Okay. And the next one looks like 83 Northwood Bay. Are you ready, Mr. Dismat?
So, yes, so 83 Northport Bay, it's roll number 0609304840 in Royalwood. One-story home, built in 2006, 2,200 square foot living area with a walkout basement. Basement is finished. Lot size is just under 13,000 square feet. It backs onto a retention pond. The comparables are within the area. They support maybe even a higher value. However, there was a sale, post-reference sale. So I reached out to the owner and we've agreed on an assessment of $791,000. The post-reference sale was just a little, just under $792,000.
When did that post-reference sale take
It was,
place?
yeah. That was November 13th, 2018.
And it was arm's length?
It was arm's length, yes.
Okay. Any questions on this one, Ms. Davidson?
Is the post-reference sale, that's pretty close to the reference, is this the main reason for your coming
Yeah.
to agreement? And so it doesn't throw out all your other assessments or anything?
No, but we just wanted to get it off the books, make them happy, so sure.
Mr. Lego, any questions?
Yes, comparison 4,
Yep.
the lot size is considerably like 3,000 feet more.
Right.
Was there, you think that's a fair comparison?
Yeah, let me just look at It's, when they're on the water, it's hard to find like a square lot on there, so most of them are pie-shaped or odd. So I took the comparables that I had retention ponds, so if I was to make adjustments, that would probably bring it down.
Okay.
So I'm looking at this, when I see that the property sold in 2013 for 840,000, and
Yeah.
now we're giving it an assessment of 791, which is considerably lower than
Yeah,
it
I
was
think-
then. Properties are going up. And, you know, we do have to look at these.
Yeah.
And ordinarily, I'd say, you know, really, I don't know if we justify this amount, but since the applicant isn't here to defend that, we're put in a position where it'd be very difficult for us to not go along with the recommendation, even though it doesn't appear that the comparables and the property itself justify that amount.
Yeah, well, the property was on the market for, so I don't know if it does. let me just get-
So there may be a condition of this particular property that maybe is
It's, the bigger
deteriorated?
properties that are priced more tend to stay on the market longer, and then some owners just wanna get rid of it.
Is there some detail with this property that makes
yeah,
it
there's,
sellable or more difficult to sell?
Yeah, let me. It was vacant, so, the seller was motivated. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
you know, I suppose we'll have to assume that this property has some intrinsic, or maybe not intrinsic, but some thing with it that has devalued it over the years. Maybe it could be conditioned or something else.
Yeah, like-
Because it probably would have sold if offered at a fair price earlier at a
Well,
higher
they
price.
did start it quite high though.
Yeah.
They started, the original listing price was at $9.29, and it was on the market for 91 days, it expired. And then they put it on the market again at $8.50, and it was on the market for 63 days, so I don't know if it had stigma for being on the.
So I have a question, you want to get rid of this, and I understand that. What's gonna happen next time? Is it gonna be valued based on the appraisal that we agreed to today?
It'll be on
Or is it gonna
whatever
be
the
back,
market,
or is it gonna be going back and it'll be assessed on the normal course where the computer
model?
determines with the model, yes?
Yeah, so it would be based on the market, so whatever. I think some of the prices have come down in some of the areas.
Yeah.
We've seen that.
Because I can see that next time if the model does evaluate it back up higher again,
We see some prices come down in some.
the applicant's gonna be back here, 2 years from now, kicking and screaming that he's gone back up again and that he's been singled out, but, yeah, because I find it difficult to see how,
Well,
based on your comparables and based on the sale of the price, or the property itself in 2013, I really find it difficult to see how it's come down so much. The property's in
Yeah,
good
like I
shape.
said, it was on the market for, at $9.49, so,
Okay.
and it was on the market for quite a long time, so I don't know if it got stigma.
Okay, at the same time, we have a difficult time not going with the recommendation after it's been agreed to by both parties, and based on that, the applicant hasn't come here to present.
Right.
So,
I just have maybe just
Yep.
one really quick, just also again for information, I'm looking at, just really quickly, comparable 3 is right next door to the subject. It looks like the same size lot based on also what you have here, so, if the recommendation of 791 were accepted, I mean, that brings down the per square foot, which is already lower, so the guy next door has a 4.97, like, it's just sort of, I mean, I'm just,
You know what, yeah, I understand.
okay.
okay, we'll have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay. Next would be 66 Eatonwood Place.
Yes, so 66 Eatonwood Place, roll number 0609320570, located in Royalwood, one-story dwelling, built in 2011, 1,800 square feet, full basement, backs onto finished basement, it backs onto a regional park, the lot size is 7,800 square feet. We have it assessed at $742. The comparables come in from $580 to $820. There is a post-reference sale on this also, and I reached out to the homeowner, and he's agreed to a value of $695. And that's what we would recommend.
Any questions on this one, Ms. Gibbs?
No,
No?
not for me,
No,
thank you.
Ms. Legal? No. Okay, in this case, it looks like the comparables bear out the recommendations. We can proceed with the next one now. And that would be 30 Ferndale. Looks like we have two assessments here.
So, did you want to do the 2019 first or the 2020?
Let's do 2019 first.
So 30 Ferndale Avenue, roll number 06090324000. It's a two-story dwelling built in 1944 with an effective age of 1974. Living area of 1,900 square feet, part basement, it's not finished. The lot size is 5,400 square feet approximately. We're coming in at 457. The owner had reached out to the residential department, and with the conversation that they had, it was learned that there is a appraisal on the property for 550, and that's what the bank has lent out on it. They have taken out some permits. I have a permit on page just after the map. So the permit is for $170,000 worth of work. They've constructed a two-story addition in the back of the house. They've created some decks and porches. So I believe the value, we may be under assessing, but we're recommending that you affirm the value of 457 for 2019.
Okay. And that's what it's assessed at right now, so you basically just wants to affirm that.
Yeah, yeah.
And the homeowners agreed that that's.
No, the owner was supposed to come, but they haven't come. They were the ones who said that there was an appraisal for 550 in the bank, and we have a title search also that indicates the mortgage value of 440,000. So at 80%, that works out to 550.
Okay. And your comparables.
Yeah, I'm sure the bank has the appraisal.
Any questions on this one?
No, I have none, thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we're on to 2020, 30 Ferndale.
Okay, so again, 30 Ferndale, roll number 06090324000, two-story building, built in 1944, effective age of 1974, basement, living area of 1,900 square feet approximately, part basement, not finished, lot size of 5,400 square feet. Again, we have confirmation of appraisal of 550 on file, and we have the title search that proves that the bank has lent out 440, so with the 80% appraisal, or 80% lending, that would make it 550, and we're only asking for assessment of 485.
Thank you. Any questions on this one?
No.
No, I don't either. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so you got through the first morning, everything was good, and you'll hear from us, but
Yeah, all right,
you
okay.
presented very well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Have a good day.
You too.
You too.